Believe in the buddy system just like diving, so don't listen alone. Call your buddy and tell them that Scuba Radio is about to begin.
We're gonna start a new life under the sea.
So, am I gonna drown?
Of course not. Just stay calm and let the gentle currents relax your every muscle.
Under the sea, under the sea.
Did it just get warmer?
There'll be no accusations, just friendly crustaceans under the sea.
Where the hell are the sharks?
And now, here's your dive guide for Scuba Radio, Greg the Dive Master.
And welcome. This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. CJ is in the studio with me. How you doing there, buddy?
Word.
Yeah, are you trying to stay hip with today's youth?
I'm trying to be dope.
Dope, huh? Okay. Well, that's one way not to do it. So there you go. All right. CJ and me are in sync as far as being hip with the jive of today's youth.
The jive.
All right. So anyway, we got a lot to cover today. We got really some actually cool stuff for once.
How will we get to
ever.
it all?
I don't know.
We better start.
Yeah. So CJ obviously in the studio with me, as you can see on Facebook Live, Twitch, YouTube, all that kind of craziness on the live stream today. Feel free to chime in, make your comments and complaints. If you so, but like us
all
regardless.
Even
when you want to complain, please like us. Just like us. Come on. It helps.
A little desperate.
No, it's just the truth.
Don't make Greg cry.
Yeah. Well, would you think? You know what?
Wants to see
I'll tell you what. We get 10,000 likes. I will cry on camera. How about that?
All right.
That's what they're doing. The kids on YouTube, they do this thing. They set this benchmark. They say, "Hey, look, you get me 10,000 likes, I'll drop my drawers right here and now for everybody in the world to see."
I think you're thinking of something different than a radio
Was that
show.
shots fired at me?
Yeah, that one might be something Bryce and the YouTube guys are doing. Yeah, I love it. But that's what they do, and they do it well. Bryce, Matt. Our YouTube buddies, they're with us. They're hanging at the Gomez Hilton, I see, today. How are you there?
Sir. We've officially moved in.
Yeah, doing good. Have you been magnet fishing off the dock of the Gomez Hilton, Bryce? Is that what you're doing today or what?
A little bit. We've filmed a couple TikToks, maybe. Here and there.
Yeah, they're TikToking.
It's kind of more of a relaxed day a little bit today because this was our last day here in Miami. So
yeah,
we're just kind of relax a little bit, chill.
Hey, Bryce, you're not in Miami.
Well, he's close enough.
Well,
Fort Lauderdale, Miami. Yeah,
I've had that conversation with him already.
Get that boy a map.
Okay. Jerry the diver guy is trying to keep him in line, but hey, these YouTubers, these kids of today, their attention span about as developed as a gnat. But that's fine. That's okay.
That's about as short as a matchstick.
Okay,
hey, but it works.
That's right. That's what I was going to say. It works for them.
Hey, Greg,
that's fine.
How about you get 10,000 likes?
Yeah, and
you will walk around the studio holding a raw carrot in your butt cheeks.
Yeah,
what's up, Doc?
We don't even have to get 10,000 likes.
Just parade around.
I would just like to do that for you, for your amusement.
You got to remove the sea cucumber first.
Quit it! Stop it, Bubba Boy and his, inappropriate comments. Anyway, okay, we're not going to do any of that stuff, but like us regardless.
Garden salad.
We're trying
we call that episode. Garden salad.
Quiet. We're trying to reach out to the youth to bring them into our world of diving. And Bryce, he does this thing Outdoors Weekly on YouTube, quite popular. They do some crazy stuff. And then Matt Jackson, our blind treasure hunter or treasure finder. They're kind of a team on YouTube, these guys. But Matt has his own thing, Goonies, our Modern Goonie. You can search for him and find all his stuff. So they kind of team up. They travel around, and right now they're finishing up their latest run through Florida. And they managed not to get arrested once again. See, that's what the thing. You watch all the videos, and at some point you're thinking, okay, these guys are going to be up in the slammer in no
their
time.
luck will run out.
No, but that's why you watch. You want to be there when it happens.
Bad boys,
right, Bryce? Is that part of it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
See, like it's kind of a win-win for us. Like, we get arrested, the cops come out, all this stuff. It turns into a big deal. We get to film it, and then we get a banger video. Now,
Banger,
if we have to eat,
yes.
if we have to eat and swallow the SD card so that the cops don't erase the footage, now that's a different story.
Mm-hmm.
Like they've done been there, done that.
Project Extraction.
Turn your head.
It's all fun and games until you're married to the man with the most cigarettes.
Interesting. All right.
In the Hoosgow.
Okay. Well, it's very entertaining to watch for sure on YouTube, and check out Bryce and Matt for on there as well. And like I said, we're trying to bring them more into the diving thing. They want to do some more diving stuff with us, so they've been nice enough to join us here as one of the Scuba Radio Scuba Squad members. You're kind of unofficial members.
No,
now.
we're unofficial members at this
Yes,
point? I am
yeah.
honored. I am honored.
We give out these awards just for participation. That's all you have to do.
Oh, so it's only a participation award?
that's the only
just kind of
that's-
just
that's-
deranked it a little bit.
That's the only award Bryce has ever received.
The bar's pretty low.
Yeah, the bars. Look at your
I was
fellow.
so hyped.
Look at your fellow squad members, Bryce. What does it tell you? I mean, you got Jerry the Diver Guy, Bubble Boy.
You got Kyle, the CNI dog.
Yeah, Kyle's with us today. That's why it's kind of like the three amigos. But Kyle, you're not at the Gomez Hilton. Are you connected somewhere else? Is that it?
I am at home. I'm in Savannah, Georgia. Right
Okay. All right. Well, that's fine. He's still virtually part of the.
You didn't want to
family.
come on this trip, unfortunately.
Yeah. Okay.
Want to and ability is two different things.
Is it ability or is it a four-letter word like work? Is that what's keeping you from joining the kids out there
It's
today,
another
Kyle?
four-letter word called wife. And,
Okay. Well, yeah. They're both four-letter words.
I was going to guess that.
Yeah. Okay. Mermaid Kristen is with us too. I see at least part of her. Her camera's there. She is. What's up with you, Kristen? What are you doing there? Huh?
I'm getting ready for a photo shoot today.
Uh-huh.
I landed probably like the coolest, best photo shoot.
Wait. Did you just say the coolest sex photo shoot? That didn't
No,
sound
I said
right.
best.
Best. Okay.
Photo shoot.
That's what I wanted you to say.
Yeah, I'm doing. I'm getting onto a $20 million private jet today. To do a photo
Whoa.
shoot
Kind
with
of a
this guy
big
who
deal.
he's the main touring photographer for like Kiss and Fall Out Boy and stuff.
Really?
Like that.
Is it the baby?
Yeah.
Is it Baby or the Baby?
Is it the baby?
Yeah,
The
the Baby. That rapper
No,
kid.
this
Yeah, I
is-
know.
The
no,
baby.
It's better
Yeah.
music than that.
It's better than music.
Is
than
it
that.
Lil
No one's better
Baby?
than the baby. The baby is the man.
What about Lil Baby?
Little Baby?
Lil
Yeah,
Baby.
little baby's pretty fire too.
Yeah.
He's
and then
fire.
there's Old Baby and Green Baby, Alien Baby,
Butt Baby.
maybe. But it's not one of the babies though, according to Kristen. Is that right? But you can't say who it is.
Baby.
No, it's not.
All right, but you're going to go up in this jet, this $20 million jet, and is that where you're doing the photo shoot, or are you going somewhere to do something? Or is
Well,
that just your
the jet's not
transportation?
leaving the airport. It's just like it's gonna be like on it.
Ah,
Like it's gonna be like a big like rock party on.
So they're going
I
to fake
see.
it.
So you're going to be like rocking
It's
on a
just for the
G6, that kind of thing.
Playa.
Fake it.
Yeah.
Playa.
Right.
Static display.
Okay, a static display. That's right. Where a plane is on display, that means it's static. That's what they say
Static
in
means
In the meantime, you
aviation
can go
world.
to Just Plain Radio and tune in.
You would
every
know
weekend.
this. That's right. Exactly. We talked that lingo. All right. So you're filming. Is it like a video or something? And they're gonna have mermaids in the airplane or something, Kristen? Or you just
Yeah. So it's like a music video and
Wow.
and also just like a photo shoot.
nice. All right. And
Yeah,
but
I'm
there'll be
super
no
excited.
Mile High Club joining or anything like that, or because you're not leaving the ground. So
No.
Right.
nothing like
Who
that.
brings the carrots?
the baby.
The baby.
But baby,
Okay. No, we kid. But no, that's a kind of a big deal. So they hired you to do this, and are you the only? Is it a mermaid thing, or are you just doing yourself, like as a regular?
It's a mermaid. It's a
Okay.
mermaid thing. So
All
like
right.
he called me up and was like, "We're doing this promo, and we want it to be like really outlandish." And he said that he got the idea of having like a mermaid at the party, and it would be like make it just even more crazy.
Well,
So-
it would. Yeah, you don't
I
hear about
remember.
mermaids and airplanes very often. Yeah, it's kind of like crossing the streams. Because usually if you see a mermaid, you didn't fly your airplane correctly. You hear what I'm saying?
Yeah. Water landing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And you can learn about that on Just Plain Radio.
all right,
Here
thank
every
you.
weekend.
You said that. I appreciate that cross promotion there.
I'm trying to get those promotions out, Greg.
Yeah,
Come
I
on.
do. He is. He's thinking. He's channeling Barry today.
Nobody cares.
All right, so we're going to talk about mermaids. We're going to talk about all kinds of crazy stuff today, and diving the cenotes in Mexico, among other things. That's coming up on the world's first radio show devoted to diving. Stick around, just getting started.
This is the Worldwide Scuba Radio Network.
Need an escape from reality for a while? Your favorite scuba action star, Mike Scott, is back in an all-new audiobook, Cayman Cowboys: Reefs Under Pressure. From the brilliant mind of author Eric Douglas comes the thriller that started it all. Listen as Mike unravels the death of a girl, the protest of new development, and the systemic destruction of coral reefs, all against the stunning backdrop of Grand Cayman Island. This one's got it all: submarines, kidnapping, betrayal, and more.
He didn't even have fins or a mask to let him see in the water. He was going to be slow and blind. If it weren't for the float, he knew there would be no way he would ever make it to the surface. When he was ready and completely relaxed, he wrapped his arms through the straps of the seat cushion and gently slid into the water.
Dive back into adventure with Cayman Cowboys. Also available, Oil and Water, Return to Cayman, Turks and Chaos, and Lionfish. Download all 5 audiobooks now at Amazon, booksbyeric.com, or audible.com.
Come as a guest, leave as a friend. It's a philosophy that comes from the top down at Explorer Ventures liveaboards. It doesn't matter if you're traveling solo, with a buddy, or group. Explorer Ventures does the liveaboard dive experience right. For proof, know Explorer Ventures has one of the best repeat customer stats in the dive industry. They're also the official liveaboard company of Scuba Radio. You've likely heard us talk about Explorer Ventures Scuba Radio scuba cruise trips many times, and we invite you to join us on the next one. However, whether we're on board with you or not, I'll bet an Explorer Ventures liveaboard trip will be one of the best dive experiences you've ever had. It just doesn't get any better. Saba St. Kitts, Turks and Caicos, the Galapagos, Maldives, Indonesia, humpback whales, and the Silver Banks, new destinations and itineraries are being added all the time. Call one of their talented travel consultants to find the Explorer Ventures liveaboard experience that's just right for you. 1-800-322-3577. That's 1-800-322-3577. Or visit explorerventures.com. That's explorerventures.com.
Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
Hey, you're welcome, I think.
No.
No? Okay. But you're probably accurate. Maybe that's more a way to look at it. All right. Look, we got a lot of special guests with us that we're going to get to today. Bryce and Matt from YouTube. Our YouTubers are with us. We got Mermaid Kristen on her way to a photo shoot at an airplane as in a mermaid. It's a little out of place.
Our other special guest.
All right, hold on, Jerry. Let me get to everybody for Christ's sake. Jeez.
Does that make her a video vixen?
I think. Well,
she's like Tawny Katane on the Jaguar in the Whitesnake video.
You even know what that refers to, Kristen? You're too young for that
That's a little
reference.
before her time.
It's groovy. It's groovy, baby.
Yeah.
There was this thing called MTV, and they played music videos.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Kristen, do you even know what he's talking about? Or
never mind.
She's blowing you
Moving
off
on.
as usual.
Yeah.
You'll have to say it again. I didn't hear you.
No, it's not worth repeating.
Wasn't that
It's okay, Barry. I mean, Kristen.
Wow. That hurt.
Uh-oh.
That hurt.
Uh-oh.
All right, so the Scuba Radio Scuba Squad, as you can plainly see on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook Live, the whole thing, they're with us. We got Kyle.
This, that, and the other.
Yep, we got Bubble Boy. We got Jerry the Diver Guy in the center square. You know, we'll go to him at some point, and he'll say something funny. Maybe, if we're lucky. All right, he'll just do that.
The Wicked Witch of the West.
That's right. But Jerry has been at work. He has recruited another mermaid for us to talk to who has been TikToking like crazy. This mermaid thing, we talk about it on Scuba Radio, is it connects to divers. If you're underwater, you'd love to see a mermaid. If you're on an airplane, you might as well be happy seeing a mermaid, I guess, this afternoon. But, I
thought it was angels.
But they're like diving ambassadors, these mermaids are, right? They kind of grease the wheel to potential people that want to get into the water and observe the underwater world and become our dive buddy. So that's kind of, we use mermaids as bait for diving.
Right. It's false advertising.
Shark bait.
For real.
Bait and switch. Yeah. Bryce knows. He knows what I'm talking about. You feel it?
Exactly, man. I feel you, bro.
Yeah, see?
You just put a chick in the thumbnail, you're good.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Or a mermaid. Or a chick mermaid, whatever. That's right. So it works on many, many levels. And Dennis is with us, too. Now, Jerry was nice enough to bring up Just Plain Radio earlier. Dennis is one of our regular co-hosts on the Just Plain Radio show, and he has put on his diving cap today because he is in Fort Lauderdale diving with his daughter, who has been a Scuba Radio mermaid, by the way, in the past, and is continuing her dive education as we speak. Where are you right now? You're not at the Gomez Hilton. I thought you were heading over there, Dennis. What happened?
Well, we had to get our dive gear back home first and get everything dropped off and shower the salt off before we go to the Gomez Hilton.
Okay.
Keep up appearances.
You're still planning to head over there, but she is working on her rescue diver course. And how did she do this weekend? How did your daughter Abby do?
Well, I don't want to brag, and I'm not.
Oh, come on. You're her dad. You're supposed to.
And that's not why I'm trying to do it, but the dive master and instructor and everybody has pulled me off the side and she is just knocking it out of the park. She is so on top of everything. It's just amazing.
There you go. Well, I don't expect anything less. I mean, Abby was on one of our live aboard trips years ago, and she did the whole Scuba Radio mermaid thing. She aced it. I mean, she's a big time diver, and she knows her stuff. And, she's progressed beyond the mermaiding thing and focused more on wanting to do more diving, which explains why she's going for her rescue certification. Is she doing that so she can rescue you, Dennis?
I'm hoping that she doesn't have to rescue me.
Right. But it makes you feel better that she will have this new skill and be able to know what to do when you start to drift off in your old age.
Yeah, I think the biggest reason she wants to get the rescue diver certification is just so that she can advance with her scuba training. She wants to become an instructor eventually. So.
Okay, all right. Well, there you go. I like it. God bless her for it.
She wants to be an instructor, funny man.
What do you mean? I'm an instructor.
Yeah.
She wants to be like me.
Stop trying to rescue Dennis.
She wants to be
Yeah,
like
let's
me,
just
Greg.
say that you're her role model. I don't think so.
Okay. Well, thank you for that, Dennis. You suck.
Greg, when is the last time you trained somebody?
It's been a while. It has been a while, but
Wait, why did Dennis not call me? He could have got the class for free.
Because he knows you.
Oh well,
that's why.
All he had to do is buy me a thing of Coors Light.
Well, once again, he knows what he was expecting for his daughter. He wanted her to survive the course.
Only the top-notch classes.
No, that's true.
Mountain divers.
We kid, but Jerry is actually a very good dive instructor. He really is. He doesn't cross the streams of drinking his spring water and diving. It's either one or the other, and he does them both really, really well.
We might joke and kid here on the radio, but when it comes to classes, it is
teaching
top-notch.
That's right. You got to be
No
focused.
funny games.
Yeah, well, it's still fun. Let's be real. It's a lot of
we're
fun.
dead serious about everything.
Yeah, it's true.
I want you to go to the water and be prepared and enjoy it.
Yeah.
Jerry, are you able to teach virtually if somebody lives in another part of the country?
I can through Zoom. Yes,
I mean, apart from the checkout dive, obviously.
The checkout dives and the confined water dives have to be done in person.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, of course. But yeah, the book work, like going over all the information and stuff, you could do that on Zoom.
All the books, all that academics part has to be done. We could do it either in the classroom or through Zoom.
Yeah. Most people would prefer via Zoom so they don't have to smell you.
Oh, well, come on. I took a shower today, Greg. Come on.
Well, then, no, that's just fine. I'm just saying.
I'm trying to save water for the planet.
Okay. All right. That's a good excuse, as good as any. But getting back to Abby, she wants to be a dive instructor, though. Dennis, is that the deal? Or that's her ultimate goal? So this is the first step. I can't hear you, Dennis. What happened?
Yes.
He's talking, but I cannot. His lips are moving, but I cannot hear what you're saying. I think it's from Pink Floyd.
It is.
Dennis? Yeah. No, Dennis. He's looking like blank. He's like, I don't know what the hell happened. I don't know what's going on. As soon as Jerry started talking about not showering, I lost my concentration. Look, it happens to the best of us. Actually, it happens pretty much to everyone when you get that mental picture in your head. All right, more coming up. Stay close to the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio.
Conventional underwater scooters can be heavy, unwieldy, and underpowered. At just over 8 pounds and with speeds of up to 7 miles per hour, the Scuba Jet Pro dive scooter is a game changer and fits in your dive bag. The Scuba Jet Pro uses an eco-friendly jet engine with impeller technology. With adapters, it can even power paddleboards, canoes, kayaks, and all kinds of water sports equipment. It's the most versatile scooter you'll ever own. Learn more and get the Scuba Jet Pro at ScubaJet.com. That's ScubaJet.com.
Hosting a radio show about scuba diving, flying, and boating is one of the best gigs on the planet. It's actually part of my job to check out and report on cool new products I personally use to enhance my diving, flying, and boating adventures. However, I do believe in sharing the joy, and this is why I wanted to tell you about Nanook Professional Protective Cases. Nanook cases are designed to protect the most sensitive equipment in the harshest environments. From their high-impact NK7 resin to their exclusive Power Claw latches, Nanook has raised the bar for those of you that demand the best protection for your gear. Plus, Nanook cases generally cost less than similar products currently on the market. From an iPhone to a full set of dive gear, whatever you need to shield from the elements, Nanook Professional Protective Cases has the size, shape, and color for you. Go to nanook.com. That's NANUK.com for Nanook Professional Protective Cases. The evolution of protection.
Hey, baby, what's going down?
Later, nerd.
Are you lacking with the ladies?
Nope.
Enhance your scuba superpowers with a new ScubaRadio hat.
Wow, nice hat.
Just picked it up at ScubaRadio.com.
Buy 2 ScubaRadio hats and get free shipping.
Need a dive buddy, sexy?
Always. And I got a Scuba Radio hat for you, too.
New ScubaRadio hats are now available at ScubaRadio.com.
So cool.
Order yours today, or stay a loser.
People, let me tell you about a friend I know. He's got the world's first scuba diving radio show. So now everywhere I am, and everywhere I go, the first thing that I tune to is Scuba Radio.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. CJ's in the studio with me. We got the Scuba Radio Scuba Squad connected via the web. Jerry the Diver Guy in the center square, as you see on Facebook Live, YouTube, and Twitch. Also, we got Matt and Bryce from YouTube at the Gomez Hilton with Captain Walt DiMartini. Bubble Boy is with us. Kyle, he's part of the team of Matt and Bryce, the YouTubers. He's kind of like their... I don't know. What would you say? The
Sensei.
Are you the Mo of the Three Stooges, or
I have 3 tasks.
Three tasks.
Bail him out of, bail him out of jail.
Okay, all right. He's bail bondsman.
Right.
See you in hot dog.
SD card extraction.
Okay. Oh wow, that's
That
a
could
tough
get
gig.
messy. Yeah, that could get
And
messy.
CNI dog.
And seeing eye dog for Matt, who's the blind treasure hunter or treasure finder. Yes, there you go. All right,
Kind
we
of
got.
keeps us in check too a little bit.
There you go. We did get Dennis back. We're going to talk to him again some more about Abby's quest on becoming a rescue diver and eventually a dive instructor. But Jerry the Diver Guy has stumbled across another mermaid. We got Mermaid Kristen with us as well, but now we have Mermaid. Who is this? Kyle? No.
That's a girl.
Greg, come on.
Come on, Greg.
Why, yes.
Are you drunk?
I don't know. I can't see Kyle from the waist down. So
Can't see, damn it.
It's Kelsey.
Kelsey. All right. So it starts with
hi.
Kelsey. Welcome to Scuba Radio. How are you?
Good, how are you?
It's good now, but
Well,
Greg,
I'm going to
ruined it.
apologize in advance because you have no idea what you've just swam into. You know what I
It's
mean?
okay.
Okay.
I think she's got an idea.
You think?
I have a little bit.
Just a little bit. Yes.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. Maybe Mermaid Kristen warned her. Like, oh my God, don't do this. Whatever.
No, we kept her
whatever you're
away from
thinking.
her.
But yeah, we're gonna talk to Kyle and Kelsey and even Kristen. We got the 3Ks.
Don't say it.
Yeah, I'm not. It's too easy. But regardless, we're gonna talk to them and find out what's going on with them because it's kind of a big deal, especially Kelsey. She's like a big TikToker. That's coming up.
This is the Worldwide Scuba Radio Network.
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio.
Hey guys, it's me, and I just wanted to remind you
This shark, swallow you whole.
that I'm scared of sharks. Sharks. They'll bite you. I don't wanna get my leg bit off by a shark. Shark. Stay away, shark. Sharks are fast, sharks are mean. Sharks will bite you in the spleen. Sharks are fast, sharks are mean. Sharks will bite you in the spleen.
I'll catch this bird for you, but it ain't gonna be easy. Bad fish.
Stay away, shark. I don't wanna get my leg bit off by a shark. Shark.
You don't know me.
Stay away, shark.
You don't know what I got.
Yeah, well, you don't want to be, have your spleen hurt by a shark. That would be bad. It's funny. The girl that sings that song on YouTube, Stay Away Shark, just Google it. She looks a little bit like Mermaid Kelsey, who's with us on Scuba Radio today. Are you familiar with that song there, Kelsey, or was that a new earworm that I need to
That
apologize.
was a new one for me for sure. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, you're welcome, and I apologize.
Thank you.
One and the same. But yeah, she kind of looks a little bit like Kelsey, who sings that song. It's pretty psychedelic.
Kelsey, tell us about your first encounter with Jerry. That's what I want to hear.
Oh
about.
yeah. How did that happen?
Oh, text.
You know, yeah, it was not bad. It was just over text, and then he called me, or I guess I called him. and
Okay,
chatted
so
a
you
little
don't know
bit.
him very well yet. That's fine.
No,
That's how it
not yet.
happened.
Yeah.
That's how
She
it
already
happened.
knows that I'm sweet and innocent.
Yes,
Oh,
exactly.
okay.
All righty. Well, okay, so let's find out what happened here, because Jerry reached out to me early in the week. He said, hey, I found a mermaid that we need to talk to on Scuba Radio. She's a certified diver. She swims around, does the mermaid thing in tanks, which a lot of the mermaids do that. I know. But you have actually some video of you doing the mermaid thing. What is it, on TikTok, and it has like millions of views or some crazy thing, or what?
Yeah, so we haven't been able to travel at all with my company that I work for, Wands and Wishes, because of COVID. So we travel around the country, we perform in aquariums, and I ended up posting the video just because I missed my job. So I posted it for me so I could look at it later.
Right.
And it ended up blowing up, and now it has 100 million views on it.
100 million?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's great! And I did
Suck
see
it, Bryce.
I saw
You
the video.
loser.
It's like you in an aquarium, and a little kid comes up to the screen, and you like reach out and give her a hug, and she does the same on the other side of the glass. I mean, it's touching. It's a nice, cute little mermaid video. And is that the typical kind of thing you guys do as part of that company that goes around and does the what'd you say, wands, and what's the name of it again?
It's called Wands and Wishes. And yeah, all of what we do is geared towards kids and families. So what you saw in the video is pretty much what we do every time we go to an aquarium and perform.
Okay. So they do aquariums with mermaids. I think I saw on the website they have like you can hire princesses and, princes and stuff for birthday parties and stuff like that kind of thing. Yeah. Whatever
Yeah,
event
definitely.
you need, some kind of
Exactly.
fairy tale type of element added to the mix, they can help you out in that regard. And is that your full-time gig? I'm guessing no. Or is it?
Yeah, it was my full-time job while I've been in college. But in the past year, since we haven't been able to travel, I got a job at a restaurant, and I've been working there for the past year, and that's actually where I'm at right now. So
I got you. Oh, you're at your restaurant as we speak.
Yeah.
Is it a seafood restaurant? I'm just assuming.
It is.
Since you are a mermaid, that would only be appropriate. They eat their own, I think. Kristen,
Seafood,
care to
seafood.
comment? Kristen is a mermaid. And sometimes, these mermaids, they get along, and then every once in a while, oof. You know what I'm saying, Kristen? Come on.
I get along with all the other mermaids.
Okay, okay.
At Dima, I loved having Mariah come and sit with us at Dima.
Right.
And all the girls that I know are very nice.
Yes, they are. All the mermaids get along. I mean, they're you can trace them back to,
ancient times.
Yeah, of King Triton and the Sea Hag or something like that. Or I don't know how it.
I think that was Popeye.
Is
it not
Popeye?
Ursula on the movie?
Yeah, one of those. I don't know. But I mean, did you start as a certified diver and just kind of stumble into this mermaid thing, Kelsey, or what?
Yeah, so I actually got my open water for my graduation present when I graduated high school.
Yeah.
And then from there, it kind of just took off. My best friend started working. Sorry.
Oh boy! We just
my
lost.
best friend-
Just put that anywhere.
The shrimp spilled all
Come
over
on.
the floor. Oh my
My
gosh!
best friend, she started working for Wands and Wishes before I did, and she thought I would love the job. So I applied. I got all of the necessary certifications I needed for it. We have to have our rescue, our free diving, advanced open water, all of that. So
Yeah, you really got to have your buoyancy down if you're doing in-water work with this mermaid stuff. We've been doing this stuff with people like Kristen and our little pod of mermaids throughout the years on Scuba Radio, and people don't realize how technically adept you need to be in order to accomplish this activity. This isn't for the faint-hearted. I mean, you know, something as silly as just taking a picture of a mermaid underwater. You'd be amazed how hard that is to do, just because you got bubbles Yeah,
Yeah.
right. And they mess up your photo, and they have a tendency to come out of all kinds of different orifices of these mermaids that may not be as flattering as they would want to be presented. You hear what I'm saying, Kelsey? You know, right?
Yeah, I got you.
It's a skill. It definitely is a learned skill that you have to kind of figure out or
Definitely.
get trained on. So that's what they have done there with your organization, and now you're kind of on hiatus, working at the seafood restaurant in the time being. But you'll go back to mermaiding at some point, or is this kind of a thing?
Yeah, no, that's the goal. As soon as we can start traveling again, we definitely will, and I'll be back at it. So bringing some magic into those kids' lives, that's what I want to do.
Yeah. And what about long term, as far as like, is the mermaid just like a mermaiding thing, just like kind of a little side offshoot to maybe your, ultimate career path? I mean, will it have anything to do with the ocean and conservation and stuff like that, or what?
Yeah, so I think long term, my plan for a while has been doing marine mammal rehab, so rescue on beaches and stuff like that.
Okay. See, and
yeah.
And that is something that we come across quite a bit. The mermaid stuff that the ladies get into, like Kristen and all our pot of mermaids. They, it's kind of an offshoot of diving, and they kind of want to get into the industry, and they find out about this mermaid stuff, and they start doing that, and it kind of opens up other doors. But ultimately, they're at heart, at the core of their mermaiding, there is some kind of diving connection. Jerry, what say you?
But is that not part of marine biology?
No,
Okay,
yeah, it is.
yeah.
I'm a bio major too, so that's what I end up doing. But this job is great for me because I've wanted to promote conservation in whatever way I can, and that's something that our company really focuses on.
Well, and when I kid about using mermaids as bait, you get it as bait, right?
Oh, yeah.
It brings them in. It reels in the potential diver. The kids see it, like you said. You might be in an aquarium, and the kids will come up to the glass and start, interacting with you. And next thing you know, 10 years later, they may be a certified diver. Like, I want to be like that girl, or I want to be like that mermaid, and that's kind of feels good, doesn't it? Right?
Yeah,
when you
and,
inspire the future.
Yeah, and not only that, when you get the kids inspired, their parents get involved too. So you're not only involving the kids in conservation, you're getting their whole families to do it.
Yeah. Yeah. The mermaid thing works on many levels. Kids dig it. The ladies, have that kind of princess syndrome. And then, of course, the guys don't seem to mind it too much either, if you know what I'm saying.
So
and I
what's your
think you
highest
do.
certification level?
Yeah. Yeah. What is it?
What was that?
Kelsey, your highest certification level
Said she
as a
had
diver.
rescue, advanced open
Rescue.
water.
Rescue.
Yeah,
it is.
rescue
Okay.
is my highest for sure.
Yeah.
And then we do special training within our company as well.
Yeah. Okay.
Am I the only one that's listening?
What do you mean? Why? Well, no. Well, you're talking about, what are you referring to, Jerry?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, he's channeling Barry today. Come on.
Okay.
Oh,
Barry's
dear God.
got
I'll kill you all.
it.
I'll kill you.
Yeah.
God.
So have you dove all
Killians.
around the world, Kelsey? Have you done a lot of diving just without, outside of the mermaiding stuff that you do? Or
Yeah,
what?
I haven't been able to travel as much as I would like, but I've been to Turks and Caicos. I did a study abroad program there.
Okay.
I've been to a few different places in Mexico and then up and down the East and West Coast. So.
And this TikTok video that literally has been viewed 100 million times.
Yeah.
Did that surprise you? I mean, you said that earlier. I mean, did you see any of this coming to get that popular?
No.
What does it
No,
mean, by
absolutely
the way?
not.
What
when
did you
get-
hashtag it? That's what I want to know.
Well, actually, the only hashtag I didn't use was mermaid.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Huh. A little reverse
Yeah.
psychology
Water,
or something. I
hashtag
don't know.
child.
So are
Yeah,
you
and I
filthy
realized
rich?
that after-
Are you filthy rich
Oh,
because of
no.
this? No, you still got to work at the
No.
seafood restaurant because
yeah,
it
definitely.
doesn't matter that you got all this publicity on TikTok.
No, not yet, at least.
You gotta
Not
build
yet.
it up a little bit.
Yeah,
You gotta build it up.
Social media thing. You gotta build it up.
The key,
You gotta-
the key word
yeah,
is not
right.
the key word is not yet, because I mean
Yeah,
she is
exactly,
she is the
not
most
yet.
successful
You got a pretty
mermaid
good head
online.
start.
Oh, okay. All right. So
Gotta
you're
take
on your way.
advantage of
All right.
We'll
Well,
see, yeah.
well, don't forget the little fishes. There,
won't.
Kelsey, Mermaid Kelsey. Google her. She'll be on there and she'll pop up. Get back to work. You got some, shrimp to deliver. More coming up. Stay close.
Scuba Radio.
Would you like to talk diving? Greg the Dive Master's all toweled down and ready to take your call now. Call Scuba Radio at 1-888-88-SCUBA.
Come as a guest, leave as a friend. It's a philosophy that comes from the top down at Explorer Ventures liveaboards. It doesn't matter if you're traveling solo, with a buddy, or group. Explorer Ventures does the liveaboard dive experience right. For proof, know Explorer Ventures has one of the best repeat customer stats in the dive industry. They're also the official liveaboard company of Scuba Radio. You've likely heard us talk about Explorer Ventures Scuba Radio scuba cruise trips many times, and we invite you to join us on the next one. However, whether we're on board with you or not, I'll bet an Explorer Ventures liveaboard trip will be one of the best dive experiences you've ever had. It just doesn't get any better. Saba St. Kitts, Turks and Caicos, the Galapagos, Maldives, Indonesia, humpback whales, and the Silver Banks, new destinations and itineraries are being added all the time. Call one of their talented travel consultants to find the Explorer Ventures liveaboard experience that's just right for you. 1-800-322-3577. That's 1-800-322-3577. Or visit explorerventures.com. That's explorerventures.com.
Power, simplicity, reliability. It's what you demand of your dive computer. And Shearwater delivers. Shearwater evolved out of one tech diver's need for a reliable, easy-to-use rebreather dive computer and quickly became the tech market leader. Now recreational divers have taken notice. The Shearwater Peregrine is a simple, full-color, multi-gas dive computer. It's also the most economical Shearwater dive computer released to date. Check it out and the entire line at shearwater.com. Shearwater. Dive computers for demanding divers.
Do you have a message or a product that you'd like to share with the diving world? Well, look no further than Scuba Radio. Just like you, thousands of diving enthusiasts are hearing this message, and we could be talking about you and your product or service as early as next Saturday. Remember, a terrible thing happens when you don't advertise. Nothing. Go to ScubaRadio.com, send us an email, and let's get to work to make your marketing message matter.
Prepare to rig for dive! Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
Jackie and Peter are fun. They go to concerts. They are both getting their scuba licenses.
Don't like scuba people. I'm a dry land guy.
I know how you feel about fish people.
No, fish people are the worst, okay?
Scuba, scuba.
I think you should give it to me.
Scuba, scuba.
What?
Scuba boy, won't you take me there too?
You know me.
Scuba boy, won't you take me there too?
That was a party.
Scuba boy, won't you take me there too?
I know the human being and fish can coexist peacefully.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master CJ in the studio with me, Scuba Radio, Scuba Squad connected via the web. That includes Jerry the Diver Guy, Bubble Boy. We got Bryce, Kyle, and Matt, part of the YouTube crew. There, a couple of them hanging at the Gomez Hilton, Captain Waldy Martini. And then we got Dennis from our Just Plain Radio show with us. Vinny Two Tanks has even chimed in. You can see the top of his head on YouTube today.
California people.
I think his chair broke.
Is that what it is? Yeah. Are you on the floor today? There you go. Yeah.
He's praying.
He could move his camera or he could stand up, but
he could just bounce.
Yeah, it looks like he's rocking. I don't know.
There he is.
Floating.
He's jumping up.
There you go. That's fine. That works. You can see all this stuff on YouTube and Facebook and Twitch, and we apologize in advance. But he has a nice little spare air backdrop for him today. He's showcasing some cool products. Hey, Dennis, did you use that? There he is. Yep, he has his too. So Dennis, Abby, his daughter, is getting her rescue diver certification this weekend in South Florida, and he has his spare air. He's just being a little extra careful. And then last but not least, we have Mermaid Kelsey with us. She's
Good
working.
job, Greg.
What?
You got her name right.
Hi.
Just before she's ready to leave. I get it. That's how it
A
works.
moment too soon.
Yeah, that's how it works. But Kelsey has this video on TikTok that's had over 100 million views. And which is insane. You kind of, do you have any other videos that are even remotely as popular as this, or is it starting to filter out through all your other little clips and things?
Oh no, it's definitely started to filter through, but I think the most I have on any of my other videos is 1.2 mil.
Yeah.
So.
Well, still.
And 900,000 of those are Jerry.
Yeah, good point.
No, not me.
How do you keep the creepers away, Kelsey?
Bryce was the one that really discovered her.
Is that what? Well, one YouTuber to another, right?
Well, Bryce discovered her, and I'm like, you need to reach out to her and tell her to contact me.
Well, no, we had to coach Bryce. We had to coach Bryce on how to talk to women first.
Wow. Oh, is that it?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Constant.
That was. Let's just say you can talk to guys better than you can girls.
Good addition to the show. Was I wrong?
No, that was excellent. I love Bryce is acting, Scuba Radio producer role today.
That's what I'm saying.
He's taking the initiative.
Bro, I got you.
Yeah. See?
Yeah, you got us all right.
Look at this.
He said that this show is fire.
Is that what it is?
This show is straight fire.
Is that what it is, or they're fired, or what? No. But anyway, regardless, Kelsey, I think it's amazing. You sound to be just as surprised as everybody else. But how are you going to channel this into a big win for you? Or do you already figure it is a win? Or do you care? How do you feel about that?
To be honest, I'm just happy that I can help spread the magic a little bit more, because the whole reason I do the job is to make kids and their families happy. So the fact that 100 million people or families have seen that is enough for me.
There you go. Good answer. Jerry?
I just want to know, has anybody came in the restaurant and said, oh, look, that's the girl on TikTok?
Well, she's underwater. It's probably hard to recognize you when you're underwater versus when you're serving your fellow seafood creatures for people to eat.
She's got feet in the restaurant, Jerry. God.
Yeah, come on, Jerry. Don't blow her cover.
Yeah, no, nobody's recognized me, so we'll see.
Well, that's probably good. That fame thing, trust me, it's way overrated.
Yeah,
the Hannah Montana syndrome.
Yeah,
right?
somebody told Greg that once.
Yeah. Ever since I was in Sharknado 3, man, I tell you.
Oh, here we go.
Hey, you're that sweaty Florida tourist.
That's right. Yeah, that's great the first, 100 times, but when you get to 100 million.
He's like, great, you want my autograph? They're like, no.
Leave me alone, you rat bastard.
Unless you're with Bryce, then you like literally have to beat people off of you. It's annoying. So don't.
Okay.
Be careful what you wish for.
People off.
Yeah, Bryce and Matt are pretty popular on YouTube too. Did you know about them before you came across this stuff, or they reached out to you, Kelsey, or were they?
No, I didn't. I think I recognized Bryce's face, but that's about it.
Don't make his head any bigger than it already is, please.
Yeah, no. She recognized his picture from the post office. Is probably what it was.
The post office.
The milk carton.
Yeah, the
Don't
milk
talk
carton.
to this guy.
Yeah,
she was that girl that was going through TikTok and YouTube and said, "Oh, look, a stupid magnet fisher. Oh, look, what's his name? Bryce.
Damn.
Yeah, keep on going.
That's not very nice.
Harsh.
Really
Harsh rhetoric from the middle square.
You might see it on Outdoors Weekly video. You never know.
You never know. You might. When they get desperate and they were looking for somebody to abuse, call up Jerry the Diver guy. Okay, there you go.
No,
all right.
true.
Well, Kelsey, good luck to you.
Always abuse me.
Well,
Thank
right.
you so much.
Parlay that into whatever it helps you do as far as reaching more people to inspire them to get into the water, protect that ocean environment. That's a good.
Now, what's her TikTok,
role.
Greg?
What is it?
We got to get it.
Yeah.
So she
Share
can
it.
get more.
Yeah,
views.
my TikTok is its.kels, its.kels.
There you go. We need
Go
to
check
get
her out, everybody.
We need to get her to 100,000,001.
It's Kel.
Okay. All right, there
Do you have
go.
any other social media that you want people to follow?
Yeah. What do you think?
Yeah,
Facebook,
sure.
any of that?
You can follow me on Instagram _BUBS3_.
There you go. Excellent. Good stuff. All right. Hour 2 is on deck. We're going to talk to a cave diver who's down in Mexico live. It also happens to be the Shearwater Diver of the Week. That's coming up and lots more. In Hour 2 of the world's first radio show devoted to diving. Stay close.
If you want to stay in the know, if you be pressurized there, you'll want to be there on Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio is a production of Overboard Entertainment Incorporated.
Scuba Radio. This seems the logical place for fish to congregate.
Remember, you can listen live or to archives of past editions of Scuba Radio worldwide over the internet at ScubaRadio.com.
So we're in international waters? Indeed so.
Tell a friend and buddy up with your radio every week for Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Well, it's all very nice here, but we should be going. I miss me wife and me oxygen.
Yes, we all miss our loved ones and gases. Let's go.
The opinions you just heard on Scuba Radio are those of the hosts, callers, and guests.
Okay, what I just heard? Blah, 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 blah.
They are not necessarily those of any station or network, its management, or advertisers.
Come on, quit yanking me.
Scuba diving does involve risk and should never be conducted without proper instruction and training.
Oh, what's the worst thing that could happen?
I could die.
Have any questions or comments? Feel free to do so via the web at ScubaRadio.com.
Oh, hello there. Don't be alarmed. We're just preparing your listening device for Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving. We do this, of course, by filling the radio with water. Don't worry, we're professionals. Thanks to me, you won't even get wet. You see, I've crammed every appendage of my body into the cracks and crevices of your radio, ensuring an airtight seal. By the way, don't touch your on-off knob. That's a very sensitive area. Anyway, I should remind you, we believe in the buddy system just like diving, so don't listen alone. Call your buddy and tell them that Scuba Radio is about to begin.
We're gonna start a new life under the sea.
So, am I gonna drown?
Of course not. Just stay calm and let the gentle currents relax your every muscle.
Under the sea, under the sea.
Did it just get warmer?
There'll be no accusations, just friendly crustaceans under the sea.
Where the hell are the sharks?
And now, here's your dive guide for Scuba Radio, Greg the Dive Master.
And welcome to Hour 2 of the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. CJ's in the studio with me. Also, the Scuba Radio Scuba Squad is connected via the web. That entails the likes of Jerry the Diver Guy, Bubble Boy. We got Bryce, Matt, and Kyle, the YouTubers. A couple of them hanging with Captain DeMartini at the Gomez Hilton. Vinny Two Tanks out on the left coast. Even Casey the Tobacco Nut is with us this week as well for Hour 2. It's good to have him on. But before we get to the peanut gallery, I got to bring on our Diver of the Week, which is brought to you by the Shearwater Peregrine. Embark on your adventure. That happens to be Natalie Gibbs. She is with us live in Mexico right now. Natalie, welcome to Scuba Radio and congrats on being the Shearwater Diver of the Week. How are you?
I'm really well. Thank you so much for having me on the show.
Absolutely. Now, by the way, on top of everything else, Natalie was inducted into the
Yes, there you go.
into the Women's Diver Hall of Fame for 2020, which I'm guessing that happened virtually. Is that right, Natalie? Because
yeah, no, it was a huge honor. We had it all set up to go and do the induction ceremony at Beneath the Sea. However, COVID hit about a week before. I was actually out camping with no service whatsoever, and then I walked back down the mountain and
okay. So you didn't get to do it, on stage and stuff.
That's awesome.
But they did it online, and she still gets the plaque and all that kind of stuff. And we'll throw in this. How about that? See? We do our part here at Scuba Radio.
That's nice.
I feel extra honored.
Yes, well, you shouldn't be. That was a cheap attempt at humor.
I'll take what I can get.
Yeah, okay, I appreciate it. She, I warned her before she came on the show today.
How awesome do you have to be inducted into the Hall of Fame? What do you have to do?
Well, look at her. She's pretty awesome.
She is awesome.
Yeah, look at her.
You have to be extra awesome.
Yes, of course. All you got to do is go to underthejungle.com, which is the website for her dive operation down there in Mexico.
She is beyond awesome. Greg.
Yeah, it's you're right up there with Christina Zanato, which I imagine Christina's work in the Bahamas, right? Yeah.
Yeah, she's actually a friend of mine.
Of course, she knows everybody. She even talks to us sometimes.
She's like a goddess, Greg.
Yeah, but Natalie has done some amazing stuff down there in Mexico, and I love your story because now you're really doing what you can to give back as far as training more people to go down there and check out the cenotes there in Mexico. But it all started kind of on a whim, as most diving career paths start, right? Can you fill in the blanks there for everybody else?
Yeah, I started diving when I lived in New York City, and I was deciding to do a sort of a life change when I lived in New York. I was working in the restaurant industry and was getting really into diving. And I decided I would move to Mexico to pursue an internship with a scientist that was working down here for an NGO. And my background is in chemistry. So it was a coral reef study combining, she was a chemist, so combining chemistry and coral reef stuff and diving. But like many things do happen in Mexico, and I moved down here. Unfortunately, the internship was no longer happening, and the NGO hadn't bothered to tell anybody. And long story short, the NGO was embezzling money, and the scientist I was going to work with had discovered this, and so she was exposing them. And so she was fired, of course.
Of course.
And they told me I could count some turtles, which wasn't really what I'd come down to do. I came down there to do reef chemistry. But I'd moved to Mexico for at least 6 months. And I decided, well, while I'm here, I'll do my dive master internship. And I went on a guided cenote or a guided cavern tour about 2 weeks into my living in Mexico. And, when I heard about cave diving originally, I thought these people were absolutely nuts, like risky thrill seekers that were doing super dangerous things, really stupid things to do.
Mm-hmm.
And that all changed when I went on this cenote tour. And I just dropped into that water, and it was a revelation. It was one of those sort of epiphanies where I was like, oh, well, I definitely will be doing this. And I got out of that dive, and I told everybody, I'm not even a dive master, but I'm going to stay here. I'm going to be a cave diver. I'm going to open a cave diving center. I'm going to explore caves. And they all kind of looked at me like, oh, are you going to pick up the double tanks, little girl? And it's like, of course.
Yeah.
And
now, now you're in the Women's Diving Hall of Fame, and you look back at all those people that looked at you like you were crazy and say, hey, suck it, losers, right?
Yeah,
of course. Yeah.
Can do it.
Once again, underthejungle.com, you can find out about our dive operation down there. But you're diving all these you're diving all these cenotes in Mexico, and it's crazy stuff. It is a little bit on the extreme side with some of the stuff you do personally, but you guys train people, or if you want to go down there and just kind of even do like a cavern or cenote experience, you can take even beginner divers down there to a certain extent. Is that right there, Natalie?
Yeah, absolutely. So I would say the best way, if you're, what was the term we discussed? Cave curious?
Right,
if you're
cave curious.
Cave curious.
Yeah.
You can, instead of enrolling in a cave diving course or anything right away, if you just want to see what you think of the environment, one of the things that my shop offers is what we call guided cenote diving. And that is something that a person who is a reasonably experienced open water diver, but doesn't have any specific technical or cave training, can do, sort of like a cavern diving discover scuba dive,
right,
where you can do like a little orientation and then just go on a tour in the cenotes and see what you think of it.
Well, you're right. If you're cave curious, this is a great opportunity to take advantage of that.
Craig, we could do that. We're cavern certified.
Well, we are. Yeah. And, it's always been on my list to go down there and see some of this stuff. I've read about it. I've seen the videos. It looks pretty remarkable, a little creepy. There's you get there, and I would imagine,
get in there,
hey, quiet. But one of the appeals, I would imagine, is when you get down into these cenotes, especially some of the stuff and the crazy stuff that you're doing, Natalie, when you really penetrate deep into the cave system down there, do you have that feeling or that sense like, gosh, I'm one of the only people on the planet that are here to see this? That always gets me going from an explorer type of standpoint. Is that what does it for you sometimes too, or what?
There's so many facets to it. It's really hard to describe, but certainly being privileged enough to see these places that very few people get to see is a significant part of it.
Yeah.
Even as a certified cave diver, already diving places that are open to the public at our, what we would say popular cave diving sites with established guidelines, with, hundreds of people diving them a year, you got to think you're still, one of a few thousand people in the world that are actually qualified and able to dive in these places. That's just an amazing and magical thing to be able to do. And it really never gets old to me.
Yeah, well, you're right. It applies to all types of diving, but especially in the caves. Jerry, what say you?
I want to know if she has seen the human sacrifices.
Yeah, what about the Mayan ruins type stuff? You're right there. Yeah. It's right by there. You ever come across like human remains or something in some of these crazy cenotes? We've read about books. I read these stories that our buddy
Eric. You read about books? Really great.
No, we read. Eric Douglas has a book he wrote, and it has that as part of the storyline, the Mayan ruins and finding, like the remains of human sacrifices that they dumped in the cenotes of Mexico. So is that all fiction?
Dump them there,
or have you seen it?
That is not fiction. I have definitely found a few areas where there's human remains, and there used to be a bunch of sites where there were established human remains down here. Generally, the archaeological organization, which is called INA down here, goes in and removes those the human remains for study,
Yeah.
which makes sense. However, it's a little bit, you got to think of the area zones. The Yucatan Peninsula is still pretty big, and historically, people didn't move around as much. So in our specific area where my shop is and where most of the tourism is, which is an area called the Riviera Maya, like Playa del Carmen to Tulum, we don't find a huge amount of human sacrifices or even human remains. The cenotes here are mainly horizontal caves. So the human remains that have been found there is a place called Muknal, which means burial site. There was a female set of bones found that appeared to be placed.
Oh, wait. So you just get possessed underwater, I think is what it is. All right, we'll talk more with her next. Stay close.
This is the Worldwide Scuba Radio Network.
Be an explorer in the other 2/3 of your world. Be the buddy who takes the kids in the aquarium instead of just to it. Be adventurous. Be amazed. Be a diver.
Come as a guest, leave as a friend. It's a philosophy that comes from the top down at Explorer Ventures liveaboards. It doesn't matter if you're traveling solo, with a buddy, or group. Explorer Ventures does the liveaboard dive experience right. For proof, know Explorer Ventures has one of the best repeat customer stats in the dive industry. They're also the official liveaboard company of Scuba Radio. You've likely heard us talk about Explorer Ventures Scuba Radio scuba cruise trips many times, and we invite you to join us on the next one. However, whether we're on board with you or not, I'll bet an Explorer Ventures liveaboard trip will be one of the best dive experiences you've ever had. It just doesn't get any better. Saba St. Kitts, Turks and Caicos, the Galapagos, Maldives, Indonesia, humpback whales, and the Silver Banks, new destinations and itineraries are being added all the time. Call one of their talented travel consultants to find the Explorer Ventures liveaboard experience that's just right for you. 1-800-322-3577. That's 1-800-322-3577. Or visit explorerventures.com. That's explorerventures.com.
Power, simplicity, reliability. It's what you demand of your dive computer, and Shearwater delivers. Shearwater evolved out of one tech diver's need for a reliable, easy-to-use rebreather dive computer and quickly became the tech market leader. Now recreational divers have taken notice. The Shearwater Taric is the best, most intuitive, and reliable wristwatch-sized dive computer on the market. Check it out in the entire line at shearwater.com. Shearwater, dive computers for demanding divers.
For divers like myself. And Natalie, just so you can be prepared for the question or whatever.
Hey, Natalie, are you good hanging for the next segment? I just want to
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, good. Stand by.
Hey, Greg, can you hear me?
No.
I do. Talk to me. You got 5 seconds. What, Kyle?
Can I ask Natalie a question?
Sure.
Is that possible?
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
Cool.
I'll open it up.
No, Kyle, you can't.
surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
Scar were perfectly ordinary Americans.
They had me all set up with the scuba guy. Made sure that I bought a waterproof watch. That's important. Gee, completely out of oxygen, and look at the time.
She is the shearwater diver of the week. She's with us from Mexico right now. Underthejungle.com is the website you can go to and, I don't know, book training, book a dive, to dive some of the caves, the cenotes in the Yucatan of Mexico. And you'd fly in, if you're coming from the States, you'd fly into Cancun. That'd be the closest port. Is that right, Natalie?
That's correct.
Okay. So you go down there, you see human remains. There's spirits from the Mayan, our Mayan ancestors. They possess you. And then, does it ever get spooky when you're down there in the cave system doing that kind of thing? Or am I overreacting or exaggerating just a tad?
You're probably over-exaggerating a tad. It's pretty peaceful.
No ritual music or nothing like that. No drum beating.
Can't hear nothing underwater other than your bubbles,
but
maybe.
This is spirits, Greg.
Well, exactly.
It's like Jumanji.
Yeah.
It could be. Yeah. There's that, I don't know, there's that whole mythical type of vibe they got down there with that. Do you tap into any of that, or you just ignore all that nonsense? Sounds like you
pretty much ignore all that nonsense.
Unga bunga binga banga.
Greg is the Giorgio Tsoukalos of scuba.
Okay. All right. We'll go with that. So Natalie, you go down there and you see all these cool caves and take pictures and video. I know that's a big thing that you like to do. But is it the personal adventure of seeing it or sharing it that gets you more from your perspective? What do you think?
That's hard to say. What I do is multifaceted. So for sure, as a cave diving instructor, I really feel like I really love teaching people to cave dive, and I'm so proud when they can just go off on their own and be successful at it. So sharing it with people by instructing them, and then also sharing what I do through video and media is really wonderful. But there's also I also explore caves. So me and my exploration partner, Vincent Roquette Cadala, we go out, we find places nobody's ever dived before, usually really remote.
Yeah.
And we map them and we explore them. So we're the first people ever to do these sorts of things. So I think the most rewarding thing is the exploration aspect, followed by the sharing it.
I love it. Yeah. And I've seen some of the videos. They're impressive. When you get down into some of these small places, if you're a little claustrophobic, this may not be your thing, but that's okay. You're doing like side mount diving where you put the, tanks on your side. And she told me this because I said, well, are you doing the rebreather stuff? Because a lot of the cave divers like to do rebreathers, but you said some of the places you go are so narrow that even a rebreather is takes up too much space. Is that the case or what?
There's a huge variety of caves. So you have caves that are the size of a football stadium, and you have caves where 4'11" tiny me, I have to take off both tanks to slide through. So you kind of choose where you go. There's side-mounted rebreathers now, so you can
that's
still
true. Yeah.
them. Yeah.
Okay, so just to each his own, but you're kind of a sidewinder, as we like to say in the biz at the moment.
She's a sidewanderer.
Maybe.
I like the small stuff, absolutely.
There you go. Winder woman. Wonder Woman?
Kind of woman, Greg.
Yeah. Greg, do these cenotes, they've got like the beams of light coming down sometimes?
Yeah, sometimes, right? You get the cascade of light through the holes and the sinkholes and all throughout there, right?
If it's horizontal or vertical.
Yeah, the entrances of the cenotes or in the cavern zones, there's actually quite a bit of light, and you can get these really beautiful sparkly effects.
So you know what I would do?
What would you do?
If I was diving that? I would come under it and shoot my hands up under the beams of light and pretend I'm Iron Man shooting beams up.
Huh. And then you're thinking like the Mayans would start worshiping you and you'd be like a king?
No, just pretend I'm Iron Man.
We won't know until we try, honestly.
That's right. You don't knock it till you try.
So you gave her inspiration, CJ.
Uh-huh. Yeah, there you go.
That's her next picture. By the way, she is a wonderful photographer, videographer.
Yes,
she
is.
Very awesome.
Yeah.
underthejungle.com. Start there, and then there's all kinds of links to a lot of the work that she's done.
I think Kyle wanted to ask her.
Kyle, what do you got? What do you have for our Shearwater Diver of the Week?
Okay, so I grew up with a scuba diving dad, and I got some of his old gear back behind me over here, and so it's obviously he's an older diver, right?
What, are you trying to sell her some gear? What's up, Kyle? Come on.
No, he instilled something in me growing up, and that was he was adamantly opposed to cave diving. And he spoke, now again, this was years ago, but he spoke about all the dangers involved and all that kind of stuff, so there's a lot of divers out there that are absolutely terrified of considering cave diving. Now, these same people that are terrified of cave diving are the same ones that are so interested in exploring, wrecks and things, going into these small spaces where, rusty holes and wooden holes that are about to fall apart at any minute, they're okay with that. But the caves they're kind of terrified of. So what are some things that you maybe could point out to us that would make somebody a little more comfortable with the idea, I guess, of cave diving?
I would say, first of all, that from the time when your dad was probably hearing about cave diving, it's undergone so many evolutions. So like 1980s, there wasn't even really serious cave courses. People were just figuring it out as they went. And now, we have certification agencies, skills, ways to teach people to deal with any eventuality. As well, I would say for me, I am less afraid of caves than I am of wrecks. The first thing just being that wrecks are not necessarily stable. You're going into places that are disintegrating. Caves have been there for, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of years. They're not going anywhere.
Right.
So I would be more confident that the cave is going to be stable than a wreck. There's not currents here like there are in the ocean. There's not going to be like the surprise factor.
Yeah. When you go into the cenotes and the cave systems, I mean, literally you can go do that dive and it'll be like that almost exactly the same 10 years from now. And it doesn't change. The conditions don't really change. We have some of this in Florida, some of the cave systems like that. So I get that. But I think it also goes back to, and I think you'd back me up on this, is you get the proper instruction and make sure you're qualified or, to do whatever type of dive you're doing. You don't dive beyond your means, right? Let someone else make the mistakes, not you. So there you go. Natalie, great stuff. I really appreciate you being on Scuba Radio, and congratulations on being the Shearwater Diver of the Week. We got more coming up. Stay close.
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio.
Come as a guest, leave as a friend. It's a philosophy that comes from the top down at Explorer Ventures liveaboards. It doesn't matter if you're traveling solo with a buddy or group. Explorer Ventures does the liveaboard dive experience right. For proof, know Explorer Ventures has one of the best repeat customer stats in the dive industry. They're also the official liveaboard company of Scuba Radio. You've likely heard us talk about Explorer Ventures Scuba Radio scuba cruise trips many times, and we invite you to join us on the next one. However, whether we're on board with you or not, I'll bet an Explorer Ventures liveaboard trip will be one of the best dive experiences you've ever had. It just doesn't get any better. Saba St. Kitts, Turks and Caicos, the Galapagos, Maldives, Indonesia, humpback whales, and the Silver Banks, new destinations and itineraries are being added all the time. Call one of their talented travel consultants to find the Explorer Ventures liveaboard experience that's just right for you. 1-800-322-3577. That's 1-800-322-3577. Or visit explorerventures.com. That's explorerventures.com.
Scuba action star Mike Scott is back in a new audiobook, Cayman Cowboys, Reefs Under Pressure. From author Eric Douglas comes the one that started it all. Listen as Mike deals with submarines, kidnapping, betrayal, and more.
He didn't even have fins or a mask to let him see in the water. He was going to be slow and blind. If it weren't for the float, he knew there would be no way he would ever make it to the surface.
Download Cayman Cowboys or Oil and Water, Return to Cayman, Turks and Chaos, and Lionfish at Amazon, booksbyeric.com, and audible.com.
Do you have a message or a product that you'd like to share with the diving world? Well, look no further than Scuba Radio. Just like you, thousands of diving enthusiasts are hearing this message, and we could be talking about you and your product or service as early as next Saturday. Remember, a terrible thing happens when you don't advertise. Nothing. Go to ScubaRadio.com, send us an email, and let's get to work to make your marketing message matter.
People, let me tell you about a friend I know. He's got the world's first scuba diving radio show. So now everywhere I am, and everywhere I go, the first thing that I tune to is Scuba Radio.
Yes, this is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master, CJ, in the studio with me. We got Scuba Radio, Scuba Squad, connected via the web. Jerry the Diver Guy, Bubble Boy, Bryce, Matt, and Kyle, part of the YouTube team. Check out Bryce, Outdoors Weekly on YouTube. Matt is Modern Goonie. Kyle, do you have a YouTube thing too, or you're just
I'm just a groupie. I do, but no, not that anybody needs to follow. I'm just.
He's like, he's the brains. He's like Mo of the Three Stooges.
You know what? I
YouTube
really
piece.
appreciate that.
Okay, I at least wanted to give you that much, and I apologize. Also, Dennis is with us from our airplane show, Just Plain Radio. Vinny Two Tanks out on the left coast, and Casey the Tobacco Nut. Now, I think I accidentally.
So glad to be here with you.
Yes, well, I mean, we're glad to have you, Casey, and I think I accidentally cut you off. I thought you wanted to ask Natalie a question. Did you ever?
Well, I did, but the fact that you cut me off, pretty standard procedure. So.
Yes, true. That is true. So
he's cut himself off, Greg.
What do you mean? Casey cut himself off? Today. What, are you on the wagon or something? Yeah.
Look, Jared can't even talk. Talk about needing a wagon.
Yes. Okay.
His wagon wheel broke.
Okay. I don't even know what that means.
He's got a broken spoke in his wagon.
Okay. They're starting to talk gibberish. It is late in the show, so it is about that time where
who's drunk?
The cocktails have a tendency to kick in and just, they start blurting out nonsense. A little bit more than normal. So
yeah, that's the way it goes.
Well, yeah,
maybe a shorter show.
Maybe a shorter. What, Bubble Boy? What say you?
I can't feel the left side of my face.
Yes, okay. I can't feel my face.
Stroke me.
Well, Greg, we're having fun today.
Okay, first time
we're
ever.
We're having fun today. Barry's not on.
Oh boy, you hurt his feelings.
Maybe an hour show.
Maybe
scale it back.
Yeah. You want to just get to the good stuff?
Yeah.
I think we can do it in a 5-minute YouTube video, couldn't we?
YouTube is.
Maybe you need to change the time slot so you're not so close to happy hour.
Okay, that's why we do this. Come on. More coming up. Stay close.
This is the Worldwide Scuba Radio Network.
Scuba Radio. Radio.
I can't believe them dumbass white people out in the middle of the ocean scuba diving. Shoot. You ain't gonna get me scuba diving. I'm gonna tell you that damn much right now. I'm too damn fat. I'd mess around and feed all them sharks if I went scuba diving.
If I was a great white, I wouldn't bite you, but I'd swim right next to you. If I was a great white, I wouldn't bite you, but I'd swim right next to you, cause it's my ocean too. So please keep it clean, cause I can be wicked mean, and I got sharp teeth. And if I realize that you don't care about the sea, well that means you don't care about me. Oh well, that's fine. I'll just rip you in bloody half this time. Yeah, if I was a great white shark. Rah!
Yeah, that's kind of an uplifting tune here on the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. CJ's in the studio with me. And that's Andy Casagrande, by the way. ABC, as he's known in the biz. He did his own little shark song. That was kind of nice, wasn't it?
Casagrande. Isn't that something you get at Taco Bell?
You know what? There's certain. It's kind of like the McRib. I think it's seasonal.
I'll have the Casa Grande and a
Right.
side of refried beans.
Okay, there's that. Scuba Radio, Scuba Squad connected via the web. But before we go to them, let's bring up the Dive God. We have him on FaceTime, I believe. Neil Watson is with us. Neil, how are you, buddy? What's going on?
I'm doing fantastic, my friend. Fantastic. Got
Yeah.
my second COVID shot, so I'm ready to rock and roll.
Well, there you go. He's ready to travel. I mean, we were talking about this quite a bit over the last few weeks. You know, still we have all these limitations and new rules we have to follow, but slowly but surely they're coming up with, some solutions. And one of them happens to be in the Bahamas, especially for Bimini, where Neil's operation and his son runs Neil Watson Scuba Center there in Bimini. So so the ferry's running now, or getting ready to launch, right?
We're really excited. Starting next week, the fast ferry runs out of Fort Lauderdale 3 days a week, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays to Bimini. The requirements aren't that big a deal. You get a PCR COVID test like 5 days before departure.
Yeah.
You send the negative thing into a website in the Bahamas and get a travel visa. I think it's $40. You're good to go. And right now, if things don't change, what's really exciting is if you come back on the boat versus an airline, you don't have to do the 3-day COVID test
to get back in the States.
Departure outside of the country. So you don't have to deal with that. That's
there seems to be some kind of loophole where you don't have to do that if you're on a boat as opposed to airplane, because the rule applies to air travel. Coming back into the States, you have to have a test within 3 days of coming back to the U.S., but evidently that's not going to apply to boats, at least at the moment. That could change by next week.
The really cool thing about going over on the ferry, it leaves I think 8 in the morning. Gets over there around 11 o'clock. You got time for an afternoon dive on your arrival. The second day, you can dive all day. And because the boat leaves in the evening, on your third day or your last day, and you're not flying, you can dive the last day. So on a 3-day trip, you get in 3 days of diving. Normally, if you're flying to destination, you don't dive the arrival and departure. So you get in as many dives on a 3-day trip on the boat to Bimini as you would a 5-day, 4-night.
There you go.
To most other destinations. So
and it's
really
much
cool.
more scenic. You got a nice little cruise over to the Bahamas. Well, as long as the waves are not too bad, but still, it's a nice little boat ride. And it only takes like a couple hours in this fast ferry that they got going from Fort Lauderdale to Miami. Isn't that right? A couple hours, maybe?
Yeah, it's out of Fort Lauderdale. It's like 3 hours. I mean,
okay.
Maybe a little 48 miles.
Yeah, not that far. But it's a nice run. So you get over there, do that. I knew that was Casey's plan before COVID hit. He was planning to go over there and actually take one of the cruise ships that were stopping in Bimini and then do the Hammerhead dive, which is still going on right now. But basically, this kind of opens up the same thing without the cruise ship. Casey, what do you think?
Yeah. Well, that was Virgin. They actually built the resort there on Bimini, so they had a deal with Neil's.
Well, they didn't. Okay, hold on. They did not build that resort, just for the record. It was there before they existed.
Okay,
but regardless.
Anyway, they were going there.
Yeah.
And they had a deal with Neil's dive shop to do the shark dives. Yeah, I said it over there.
Yeah. Well, now you could do it on the ferry and go over there. He's doing his best Max Headroom impression or something.
Weird and glitchy,
yeah, that was
man.
weird. What just happened there? I don't know what
I thought I was tripping.
Yeah, that was kind of crazy there, Casey. Crazy Casey. But anyway, yeah, I mean, basically it's an option, another option for divers that, might be easier than you initially think, because all these rules that keep changing, every day is very frustrating. Not that it can't be done, but you just don't know what to plan for, right, Neil? You think?
Exactly. But right now, it is probably the easiest international option for diving in the entire Bahamas or Caribbean. So we're really excited about it. And we're right in peak of hammerhead season.
Yeah, exactly.
So I mean,
get over there, go see the hammerheads, get 3 days of diving or whatever you want to do. Yeah.
Technically, you could go over for the day and do an afternoon hammerhead dive.
Oh, you got to love that.
Oh,
yeah. Then come back in the same day. You could do a 1-day run. Yeah. I mean, but look, once you go over there, you kind of want to spend a day or two over. That you'd be kicking yourself in the butt because it's fun just to hang over in Bimini for a night or two. That's a great place to be for sure, just to socialize with the folks, even though the socializing might be brought down a notch than what we're typically used to, but still, you can go over there with a buddy or two and have a good old time. I have no question. Well, Neil, thanks for the update. If people want to get on this, all they got to go to is your website, right?
Yeah, BiminiScubaCenter.com or NeilWatson.com.
Okay, take your pick.
I'll take you there. And we got to talk about pulling this off maybe the end of this month. You up?
I'm down, literally. We got to make this happen. The squad is giving me thumbs up on video, so they definitely want to do this. So we're gonna have to put something together and see if we can get over there and make something happen. You know, our YouTuber folks, Bryce and Matt, are in the process of getting their passports right now, Neil. So we'll see if we can get them over there and feed them to the sharks. You're gonna need some extra chum for this kind of group. You know what I mean? Yeah.
You got it.
Yeah. Captain Walt DeMartini has something.
Yeah, did they ever name the new?
Oh yeah, the boat. Yeah, did you name your the artificial wreck that we were talking about last month?
I'm gonna have to call my son and hammer that down. I don't know. I haven't talked to him for a few days.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, I forgot to follow up on that.
Hammer time is a good name for it.
Yeah, only because you came up with it. That ain't gonna work. So, but we'll let us know. Maybe we'll share that with everyone next week. Okay, Neil.
You got it.
All right, there you go. Neil Watson, the dive god. He is the man.
I like hammer time. Give Jerry a little credit.
Well, hammer time has been done before. It's kind of too cliche.
Why don't we call you know, Greg, I think that's something that all of your listeners need to be helping out on. They need to be chiming in and giving their thoughts on what the dive boat should be.
Well, they have been.
Barry. I mean, Kyle.
They have been. Yeah. No, they have been. They have been doing that. We stayed. No, it's okay, Kyle. He gets a pass.
Kyle, listen.
Cut him some slack. He isn't usually on.
All 3 listeners have chimed in?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, no, they were sending their suggestions in through Neil's website. And Junior, Neil's son, has been managing that. So I do think they've picked a name already. He just didn't happen to know it offhand. So we'll find out and share that with everybody next week for sure. It's all good. But yeah, you guys want to go? You want to go over to Bimini?
Hell yeah.
I'm always ready to go to Bimini, Greg.
The fast ferry is running. It'd be pretty easy to get over there and do that.
I'll meet you over there, Greg.
Yeah. Dennis's game. What?
I'll meet you over there.
Oh, he's going to fly his plane. See, he's a pilot. So he'll fly his plane.
He'll say, suck it, losers.
Yeah.
I don't know. Beautiful, clear water, and it's warm. I don't know about that.
Yeah, well, I don't know. The plane thing.
Well, you can stay home, Kyle.
I'm actually with Dennis. He only has one seat. I'm claiming dibs.
I think that seat is taken. Has been taken by his daughter. Not tucking, excuse me.
No, Abby can ride in the back, right, Dennis? I get the co-pilot.
Yeah,
yeah, she will.
We'll see.
She's my buddy. She's my pal. She'll accommodate me.
She'll put you on the wing, Greg.
Well, you'll definitely want to bring her with to help rescue you, Greg. And she's definitely a lot better at navigation than you.
Oh, don't even go there. Really,
everyone is.
His navigation sucks.
No, but it's in my DNA. We covered this a couple weeks ago.
Right.
Yeah, I know. We discovered that in Save the
That's right. You had genes of a pro bowler.
No, that's not a pro athlete.
Scuba Radio.
Would you like to talk diving? Greg the Dive Master's all toweled down and ready to take your call now. Call Scuba Radio at 1-888-88-SCUBA.
Power, simplicity, reliability. It's what you demand of your dive computer. And Shearwater delivers. Shearwater evolved out of one tech diver's need for a reliable, easy-to-use rebreather dive computer and quickly became the tech market leader. Now recreational divers have taken notice. The Shearwater Peregrine is a simple, full-color, multi-gas dive computer. It's also the most economical Shearwater dive computer released to date. Check it out and the entire line at shearwater.com. Shearwater, dive computers for demanding divers.
Hosting a radio show about scuba diving, flying, and boating is one of the best gigs on the planet. It's actually part of my job to check out and report on cool new products I personally use to enhance my diving, flying, and boating adventures. However, I do believe in sharing the joy, and this is why I wanted to tell you about Nanook Professional Protective Cases. Nanook cases are designed to protect the most sensitive equipment in the harshest environments. From their high-impact NK7 resin to their exclusive Power Claw latches, Nanook has raised the bar for those of you that demand the best protection for your gear. Plus, Nanook cases generally cost less than similar products currently on the market. From an iPhone to a full set of dive gear, whatever you need to shield from the elements, Nanook Professional Protective Cases has the size, shape, and color for you. Go to nanook.com. That's NANUK.com for Nanook Professional Protective Cases. The evolution of protection.
Hey, baby, what's going down?
Later, nerd.
Are you lacking with the ladies?
Nope.
Enhance your scuba superpowers with a new ScubaRadio hat.
Wow, nice hat.
Just picked it up at ScubaRadio.com.
Buy 2 ScubaRadio hats and get free shipping.
Need a dive buddy, sexy?
Always, and I got a Scuba Radio hat for you, too.
New ScubaRadio hats are now available at ScubaRadio.com. So cool. Order yours today, or stay a loser.
Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
The sky is looking cloudy. You can hardly see the sun. I'll stand my ground, but you wusses better run. My two-blade chainsaw in my left hand, a dagger in the right. Fins are falling from the sky, and that's a crazy sight. Some of these huge bastards are bigger than most cars, but I'll take my bumps and bruises because chicks dig the scars. Maybe they'll swallow me whole. Oh, wouldn't that be some fun? But that was a piece of cake. Did you see Sharknado 1? Whoa, whoa. Oh, you want a piece of me? Come on, bring it, bring it. Uh-oh, oh. Oh, shit. Get him, cut him open. Ah, who's your daddy now? Hey, This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. Little flashback to Sharknado 3. That was part of my acting reel demo.
That was all of your acting reel.
Okay. Might have been. That one did not make the cut, by the way. That was because I was playing a much bigger role in that scene. Basically, I was the star. But, look, it doesn't matter what part you play in a movie like that. It goes on to live beyond your wildest dreams. I mean,
in your mind.
No, it's true.
Its own rerun.
Look, I'll tell you the God's honest truth. Last Sunday, after we did the show, went out to Disney with the family, and one of our longtime listeners, big-time supporters, Mike, who happens to work there, we caught up during our visit, and he came over and he goes, "Hey, I've been meaning to give this to you for the last few months. I picked these up." He goes, "You were in Sharknado 2, right?" I was like, "No, I was in 3. He goes, "Oh my gosh, that's even better." And look at this. He gave me Sharknado 3 socks because he knows I was in it. And the only thing I got for being in Sharknado 3 was a poster, but now I have socks. Yeah.
Well, he picked those up.
I made it. I finally made it. I'm somebody.
I don't know what to say.
I'm somebody.
I didn't even know those existed.
How about that? Now you do.
That's not your issue. We're speechless.
Yeah. Those are my actual socks, Casey. Yes.
You know, it'd be really cool is if you had
he picked them up at the flea market.
Director's chair with your name on the back of it, like a real actor.
Why would we need that?
Because then we could show that you're a real actor.
No, I got socks. That's all I need. So anyway, it goes on the benefits of being in a major blockbuster. They just
you weren't in a blockbuster. You were an extra in a terrible movie.
I was Florida sweating tourist.
I was a terrible movie that went straight to video.
No, it didn't go straight to video. It went to the Sci-Fi Channel.
But it wasn't in the theaters.
I don't know if it was or not. It doesn't really matter. That's not the point. We
saw it at Walt's house, though.
I'm just the point is I'm kind of a big deal, and I got the socks to prove it. You're welcome. And don't be a hater, okay?
We rented Little Mermaid.
Yeah. So there you go. So
see nothing wrong.
Yeah, and when you see,
is everybody suitably impressed?
No.
Duh.
Really
even
impressed,
Bryce, the YouTuber guy, has millions of views on his YouTube channel. I bet he never has been in a Sharknado movie.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He never had to be in a movie to get fame.
Okay. Thanks, Matt. Wow. Way to make me feel bad. My one major achievement. And
Can't you feel the love?
He finds garbage pickers and gets famous.
Yeah, that's true. That's almost as Actually, that's more popular than being in Sharknado 3.
A universal trash picker, Greg.
Yeah, that is true. My scenes were filmed in the same area where he picked up a trash picker with his magnet fishing. Yeah, there could be a connection there. It may have come full circle. That thing could have been pitched when we were filming Sharknado 3. You know, it's very possible. All right, so enough about me.
Couldn't be more bored right now.
I see that Dennis has brought in Abby, who is in the process of finishing up her rescue diver course. Can we talk to her, or is she just going to sit there and nod and like, hi, hey, idiots. Why you want to talk to me? Hey, Abby, how are you? You doing well? Are you done with your rescue diver course yet?
No. So yesterday was my one-day training. We were going to do some stuff today, but the waves decided that that's not happening. So tomorrow's
I done rescue
tomorrow's my
class in
test out.
3-foot seas.
Yeah. Well, that's why she didn't ask you to be her instructor. She didn't want to puke all over the person she was trying to rescue.
Hey, I didn't let water get in my patient's face.
What?
I
don't even know anything.
Greg, you have to
Tired diver toe. I get it. I know.
No,
Yeah.
you
What?
have to do CPR in water.
Okay.
And in instructor class, you cannot let water on their face.
Right, but if you breathe on them.
I was in 3-foot seas and no water got on their face.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess there's that.
That really long ago.
Yeah.
That was a long time
That was in
ago.
ancient times.
He's into waterboarding.
Yeah, it could be a little bit of that. But you had a real instructor, is what you're trying to say, right, Abby? Yeah. And you're happy with your instructor? That they were smart enough to know that, hey, it's too rough to do this skill today. So you're going to have to bounce it back a weekend or two, or do you know yet? Or maybe tomorrow?
No, we're doing the test out tomorrow because I'm a lifeguard too. So I've done the in-water rescue breaths too. So it's not a skill that I don't know how to do. I'm already certified in.
Well, feel free to take your dad, throw him in the water, and try to drown him and then resuscitate him.
To his feet.
If he's nice to
Did
you.
you have to keep the water off his face?
Okay, yeah, did you keep the water? Yeah, okay.
At the end of the show.
End of the show. We'll just have to end it right there. All right. And that'll have to do it for this week. Till next time, remember, it's always better where, gang? All together.
Down where it's wetter.
Safe diving, everyone.
Down below if you want to stay in the know. If you be pressurized there, you'll want to be there on Scuba Radio. Let's go!
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio is a production of Overboard Entertainment Incorporated.
Scuba Radio. This seems the logical place for fish to congregate.
Remember, you can listen live or to archives of past editions of Scuba Radio worldwide over the internet at ScubaRadio.com.
So we're in international waters? Indeed so.
Tell a friend and buddy up with your radio every week for Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Well, it's all very nice here, but we should be going. I miss me wife and me oxygen.
Yes, we all miss our loved ones and gases. Let's go.
The opinions you just heard on Scuba Radio are those of the hosts, callers, and guests.
Okay, what I just heard? Blah, 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 blah.
They are not necessarily those of any station or network, its management, or advertisers.
Come on, quit yanking me.
Scuba diving does involve risk and should never be conducted without proper instruction and training.
Oh, what's the worst thing that could happen?
I could die.
Have any questions or comments? Feel free to do so via the web at ScubaRadio.com.